I've learned in the past couple of years that the darkness is not something you're supposed to be afraid of. We all have to deal with darkness at some point. We all have to, at some point, walk at night to our car in the parking lot. We all have to sleep in the dark. We all have to deal with it at some point. And sometimes we have to deal with it on another level, like tragedy and death and all these things we associate with dark times. It's not something we're supposed to be afraid of. It's supposed to be part of our lives. And I think in the last 2 years, people have really begun to see that. And personally, it's something that has become more of an integral part of my life, in my opinion, in a way that I hesitate to call positive. In a way in which I can use. It's hard for me to explain. I keep thinking about how to explain this. You see, in my meditative visions, I used to see waterfalls and greenery and forests and perfect, outdoor imagery. I still do. There's a little bit of a catch these days, though. I keep saying black holes. They always pop up without me wanting them to be there. You know, everything's cool. I can hear the water trickling, and all of a sudden there's just this spinning black, humming void on the grass. Sometimes it will move around. Sometimes it just stays where it is. And I'm always like, what is it doing there? Why is it here? And I've begun to really contemplate what the meaning of that black hole is. Is it cleansing? Is it trying to suck out something good or bad inside my system? What is it doing? I've begun to realize recently that I think everyone has experienced some kind of black hole in the last year or so. Because things have changed in such a drastic way that we're looking for something to clean. We're looking for something to cleanse. We're looking for something to change. And it has to be drastic. And black holes, I think, are such a great representation of things just kind of just getting like a huge clean slate and growing again. Because, you know, if you know black holes in space, they suck up stars. They're power mongers. But here's another thing. You can't see black holes. That's what makes them so fucking terrifying. So, I truly feel that as we're going through all these stages, and as we're going through the election, and the virus, and all this real stuff, something is being cleaned out of our systems that was there before all this mess started. What is it exactly, though? Is it something that benefited our lives? Is it something that we didn't need? I think, it's just that being isolated and not being able to do things like we usually do opens our minds up to new possibilities. And those black holes are telling us that we may not need all those things that we had before. And also, on top of us telling us that we shouldn't be afraid of things we don't see, that we shouldn't be afraid that the next step is going to be worse. Because it very well might be. And it's part of what makes us human. Not everything can be planned or expected, and some things just have to be cleaned out, vacuumed out of our lives. And there's nothing we can do about it. So, I think that's partially why I'm seeing black holes. Another part is, I think there's a part of me that I am trying to rediscover. I feel like my life, honestly, before the pandemic was a little bit stasis and stale. And it was just, everything I was doing was not, satisfying me as a person. Well, yeah, obviously. Not satisfying my soul in any real way. Kind of why I started turning to things that were not good for me to keep my mind off how, frankly, depressed and tired I was getting all the time. And because the virus has brought upon these black holes, I think it has. It's taught me that all those things that were keeping me behind and keeping me stasis, I don't have to keep. I can get rid of. It's okay. I can open my mind and start new if I really feel like I have to. And I shouldn't feel ashamed. I'm always one of those people that feels like they have to keep going, you know, keep pushing, regardless of whether or not something's working for me. I think I get this mentality from, I don't even know, some stuff I've done when I was younger. It seems highly illogical, but I do believe those are there. We should always pay attention to what our subconscious is telling us. Our subconscious has a lot to say, you know. It's a lot to say, and they say a lot, and we hardly listen to it. And that should change, I think, for everyone. So, yeah. I'm not sure what else I had to say. I guess that's about it. I feel like there's so much more I had to say. I was going to take notes for certain things, but I decided that the matter was more simple, maybe, than I was making it. Yeah. So, I don't know. You know, and also, one more thing about the black holes is that it's not just cleansing what you don't need in your life. It's cleansing, it's also, taking out, it's just a form of realizing what is in front of you. And also facing reality, sort of. Because there's no way you can avoid a black hole, right? And like I said, even if you can't see it. And there's so much more I want to say, but I think those are the basic ideas I have. So we all should pay attention to our black holes, because they're telling us many, many things in which are important for us to live and to realize who we are and what we're doing with our lives. Especially now. Well, I guess that's it for that, and I hope you guys all have a good week. It's Sunday. It doesn't feel like Sunday. I don't know why it doesn't feel like Sunday. Just doesn't. Time is marching on, and we need to make changes. We just do. We need to start clean and really think about what we're doing with anything. So that's it. I'm gonna go sleep, and I'll see you guys. Bye.